Hello and welcome. If you're in the export or logistics business, I'm sure there's one question that's been on your mind for a while now. Does my self-sealing permission actually expire? For the longest time, the answer just wasn't clear. But the good news is, a recent 2026 customs clarification has finally given us a definitive answer. And let me tell you, it's a really big deal for your operations. So let's break down exactly what you need to know. Right, so this single question has been the source of so much confusion, hasn't it? So many exporters have been caught in this loop of uncertainty, always wondering if they need to get ready for some complicated renewal process. And all this ambiguity, well, it's led to a lot of unnecessary paperwork and, of course, operational delays. Thankfully, all that confusion is now over. The final answer comes from a new official document, Circular Number 14/2026-Customs. This is the clarification that everyone in the industry has been waiting for, and it builds on the framework that was set up way back in 2017. And here it is, the main event, the most important takeaway. The new circular states it very, very clearly. There is no fixed validity period for self-sealing permission. What does that mean? It means that whole periodic renewal process and all the stress and paperwork that came with it, it's officially gone. Okay, so that's the official language. But what does this change actually mean for your business on a day-to-day basis? The practical impact here is pretty significant, and it's all about making your workflow much, much simpler. The implications are really quite straightforward and honestly powerful. First off, once you have the permission, it's now valid indefinitely. This completely gets rid of the need for any periodic renewals, and the result of that, a direct, significant drop in your administrative burden, which saves you crucial time, effort, and a whole lot of stress. So, you might be asking, who exactly does this new rule apply to? Well, it covers both manufacturer exporters and merchant exporters. To be specific, it's for anyone whose operations fall under that original circular, number 26, from 2017. If that sounds like your business, then yes, this update applies directly to you. But, and believe me, this is a very, very important but, this new freedom isn't some kind of free pass. The permission isn't completely unconditional. There is a critical condition attached to it that you absolutely must be aware of. And here is the core of that condition. Your permission is no longer bound by time, but it is 100% bound by your compliance. The best way to think of it is as a privilege, not a permanent right. The permission will last indefinitely, but only as long as you are strictly following all the required rules. So how could you lose this permission? Well, it can be suspended or even canceled for three main reasons. Any general non-compliance with the rules, any specific misuse of the self-sealing facility itself, or, of course, any broader violation of customs laws. You see, when you understand this condition, it helps you see what the government's objective is here. Customs is essentially performing a balancing act. They want to make exporting easier, but they can't do that at the cost of security and proper regulation. So on one hand, the goal is to help exporters by making it easier to do business, and that's why they removed the renewals. But on the other hand, Customs has to maintain strict checks and balances, and they need the authority to take firm action against anyone misusing the system. All right, so after going through all of that, let's just boil it all down to the one key takeaway. If you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, it should absolutely be this core principle.
No expiry, but full responsibility. This simple phrase, it just perfectly captures the new policy. That whole headache of expiry dates is gone, yes, but it has been replaced by the continuous day-in, day-out responsibility to maintain flawless adherence to the rules.
So this brings us to the final and most crucial question for you. The government's rule is now crystal clear, but the real question is your own compliance process ready for it? Because making sure your internal operations are robust and up to date is now more important than ever. Thank you for joining this explainer.